Okay, what I might do, I'm going to pass to Ishmael. We'll kind of answer questions that come in by text, so we'll actually publish them and respond to them. But I'm conscious it'd be useful to get the student interaction and student voice. So Ishmael is a graduate of our business school, so studied a master's in project management, if I'm correct, Ishmael?
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. And is now working in the graduate employment scheme. So is part kind of has gone through the journey that you guys are about to undertake, and is happy to kind of share his experience with UL and Ireland so far. So I'm going to send you live now, Ishmael.
All right. Okay. So thanks, Liam, and thanks, Nivel, and everyone for assisting with the technical difficulties that we just had, but I'm glad to have joined. So hi everyone that is watching the live event now. My name is Ishmael Mutibi, and I'm originally from South Africa, and I joined the University of Limerick in 2019. I was the 2019 September cohort to do my master's in project management. So just to give a little bit of background on myself, I studied at the University of Johannesburg in South Africa. I did electrical engineering, and then I worked as an engineer for 3 years in the steel industry. And then after that, that's when I decided that I wanted a new challenge. I wanted to do something different. So I decided to pursue a master's, and I was doing a lot of projects, so it was ideal for me to do project management. So now it was a matter of where am I doing this project management, and how am I going to fund myself. So for me, it was a matter of looking for a scholarship, as well as finding which university is best to do this course that I want to do. So I was fortunate enough, I think Liam mentioned one of the scholarships there. I was fortunate enough to get the Irish Aid scholarship from the Irish Embassy in South Africa to study for a course of my choice in Ireland. So that's when I chose to do project management there. And then when it came to the university choice, I basically had 3 options where I wanted to do the course. I could do it at the University of Limerick, and I could do it, I think it was at Galway as well, and in Cork, as well as UCD. I think a lot of universities were offering this course. But then I had to dig deep and do a little bit of research on this, and the University of Limerick came on top. That's why I ended up choosing it. And one of the things that I liked that year was that the university was basically named University of the Year by I think it was Times Live or New Times, one of the newspapers in Ireland, and it was named the University of the Year in 2019. So that for me was a big role. And when I also watched some of the pictures and the videos, the campus accommodation, the university, how beautiful it was, the infrastructure, the library, and one of the most important things for me was the diversity, how diverse it was. And you get people from all over the world, students from India, students from Ghana, students from the US, students from the Middle East, everywhere. So that for me was quite a big deal. But mostly it was also because it was not in the middle of the city, like in Dublin. It was like just a bit far away. Limerick is a small city, which is the cost of living is low there, and I've seen that while I was living there throughout the year. So for me, those were some of the things that informed my decision to choose the University of Limerick. And having been there for a year, I would say definitely the university lived up to those expectations that I had. So for those that have been accepted, I'd say congratulations to you guys that are going to start your journey at the University of Limerick. You definitely have an amazing time ahead of you. So staying on campus with the university, like Liam mentioned, the campus accommodation is quite nice. It's safe. You have campus security there, and it's closer to all the infrastructure and all the equipment that you can need from the university. Like under normal circumstances, the library will close like at midnight. So you have all this equipment. The library has the laptop borrowing system, where if you don't have your own laptop, you can borrow a laptop and use it for like 4 hours.
Okay, hi guys. Today I want to give you a tour of one of the most interesting features of this library. So here you can basically borrow a laptop. So you go there and you say borrow, and then you put your student card. You have to accept conditions and then wait to see which one it allocates you, which then is that one, and you put your student card there, and voila, you get the laptop. So basically any student can borrow the laptop and use it in whatever open space they want, and this is only for use within the library. But I think it's a very nice feature for every student. It's much easier to work. Even if you don't have a laptop, you are always sorted. So some interesting features out here.
So that's one of the most coolest things that I enjoyed. And I like that the university is open to the public. Like you see people coming in and out of the university, walking their pets, the elderly just taking walks by the Living Bridge, which is the most beautiful bridge on campus. It's so beautiful. And the Shannon River crossing the university. So there's a whole lot of nice things about the university. But for me, the most important thing was the infrastructure that they had to support my learning, especially as an international student. And there's a whole lot of societies. There's the postgraduate student union as well. There's the university organizes events as well, which is one thing that I also like. Like they organize some cultural events where you can basically attend and learn about other cultures, and like the Afro night, Afro music night, and you can have Christmas parties as well. So there's a whole lot of events that they organized, the meets and greets as well. So that's a whole lot of things that you can enjoy at the University of Limerick. And definitely the cost of living there is low. And I see a lot of people are concerned about jobs, I think, and visa. So obviously there is no certainty that you will get a job or you won't get a job. But my advice that I always give to students is that as soon as you arrive in Ireland in September for your academic year, start applying for jobs then immediately. And don't look at the fact that you have an experience. Also apply for graduate programs, because the graduate programs in Ireland, they actually pay quite well. So that would be my one advice. Apply, use Grad Ireland. That's where you'll find most of the opportunities there for students that I recommend. So apply to all graduate programs, apply to all companies. As Liam mentioned, there's a whole lot of companies. There's Vodafone, there's Amazon, there's Facebook, there's Apple. So for tech people, as well as other fields in agriculture and all of that. So definitely feel free to start applying as soon as you arrive. Don't waste time, because a lot of graduate programs in Ireland, they open in September and October, and they close in November and December. So you have a small window period for you to apply. And so yeah, my master's helped me. Luckily, like I said, I applied for the grad program as soon as I landed in Ireland, and I managed to secure a job after a few rejections as well, because you're gonna have to go through those as well, but that's okay, it's part of the process. So I landed my job as a graduate program. It's going to be an 18 months program. I've basically done doing my first 6 months now, and then after that I'll do another second rotation, and then I'll do another third rotation as well. As 3 rotations in 18 months, and then from there we'll see how it goes. It's been quite amazing now, and it's been good to use the skills that I learned in Ireland into practice in the work environment, and also working in the Irish working environment, coming from the student perspective, going into now a working class. So it's quite a great experience. So I'd say opportunities are there, and also watch out for the career fairs. Obviously with COVID, they might be doing them virtually, but they are helpful. A whole lot of employers come to the University of Limerick to present about their job opportunities and everything. So check out those and make sure you apply to all those companies. Don't reject yourself, at least wait for them to reject you. So that will be my advice. I don't know if there's any other question on that. And then one last thing, I think it will be a matter of accommodation. I always get a lot of questions about accommodation. It's up to you. You can choose to stay on campus, or you can choose to stay off campus. There's also good off-campus accommodation as well as on-campus accommodation. But the good thing is there's transport. You never have to worry about transport in Ireland. The public transport is quite good, and the accommodation is not far from the university as well. So you can just probably have to walk like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And Ireland is a safe country. I've never experienced any crime or whatsoever since I've been in Ireland. So those are some of the tips that I would give you guys. And I would say enjoy your time in Ireland. Even if you're doing a virtual course, enjoy your time there. You have time to explore Ireland, time to explore Limerick as a beautiful city. So all the best. If there's any questions, I have a YouTube channel that you can search for. Just search Ishmael Mutibi on YouTube, and you'll find me, where I basically give you guys some tips for incoming international students on what to expect or what will shock you most in Ireland. And I'm more than open for any questions to answer or clarify where necessary. Thank you, Liam. I'll hand over back to you now.
Perfect. Thank you, Ishmael. The audio was breaking up slightly at the end there. I'm conscious you've dialed in from South Africa, so I think the connection may have dropped slightly, but I do really appreciate your time and your kind words. And as I said, good to get that student voice and student kind of input into the process. So really appreciate your time, and thanks for dialing in.
Absolute pleasure.
We are